Estou aqui com Chris Surdak para falar sobre aprendizagem organizacional. Eu sou Wagner Cassimiro e este é o Expresso 3. Chris, in your book you defend the idea that companies must stop avoiding mistakes and start to transform them in a source of learning. How could a large organization do it?
It's often very difficult because for 30 or 40 years we have been rewarding people for avoiding risk, for making sure that we don't make mistakes. And so by constantly improving, we eliminate our ability to innovate. And now we're at a time where there's dramatic change in how companies can use technology to get new capabilities and new services at just the time when we've taught ourselves to never take risks and never make mistakes. So large companies are actually working at a disadvantage. A small company, an Uber, an Airbnb, can take these risks, see if it works, and then when it works, they have an immediate access to billions of people. And that's why a company like Uber can come around in 5 years or less and be worth so much. So inside of our existing companies where we've been very afraid of taking risks and try to manage risk, it's time to start changing that and actually take risks. How do you get there? One of the first things you must do is you need to change how you measure people, how you measure success, and then how you reward people, the behaviors that you reward people for. These are the tools that we've used to try to get away from risk, and now we must use those same tools to start embracing a degree of risk so we start learning new things. And then the third step is you need to identify the people that are willing to take the risk. It's not enough to ask for people to take risks. Certain people want to, other people don't. And so jerks, as I've mentioned in the book, those are the people you want to identify, and you want to measure them differently and give them different rewards so that they will produce different outcomes. I talk to many large companies that ask, the people that we have that were innovative, they all leave. Well, that's because you didn't reward them and you didn't measure them. You didn't want them to take risks, and so they left. So you need to identify those people and treat them differently so that they stay and they innovate for you instead of against you.
In your book, you defend the idea that people must be emotionally engaged. Why do you think it?
If we're talking about dealing with our fears and talking about taking risks, that is an emotional thing. And so the rational side of your employees is going to say it's not worth taking the risks. You have to make them emotionally engaged, both fear and desire. There's two things that motivate people, fear and desire, and fear is a much better motivator often. But if I can use both in balance and find people, engage them emotionally so that they can get past their fear and try something new, then we start to see innovation. And so many of the entrepreneurs that we all respect, Steve Jobs and so forth, these are people that took tremendous risks, were engaged in the process, and they felt like it was something they must do. So the emotional engagement and getting people to feel vested in what they're doing becomes critical for success.
Thank you. People must be emotionally engaged. Why do you think it?
Because to bring...
Just the question.
Justin.
The answer is amazing.
This is the life behind the cameras.
Yes.
Right? So it doesn't go just straight as life.
Cut and read.